Hello, how are you? Welcome to my channel. My name is Ruth and today I'm going to be doing my Pan Those Eyeshadows finale. So Pan Those Eyeshadows, excuse me, I have an itchy nose. My apologies. Pan Those Eyeshadows was created by Alexi and I will have her linked down below. Also linked down below will be Rebecca Morgan because she is definitely the one that inspired me to go down the rabbit hole of Pan Those Eyeshadows probably over year and a half ago, more even, probably 2 years ago, and go down and just binge watch all the Pan Those Eyeshadows content. I adore it. So yeah, she would have been the person that I found this through, and then obviously Alexi through her. I missed out on last month's update. If you watched other videos, I was quite sick, really bad sinus infection. I still have it, but it is easing up considerably, thank God. I can actually touch my face without cringing. I still need to take painkillers because it's still triggering headaches and stuff like that, but we're getting there. Praise the Lord. So I missed out on last month's update, so this is the finale basically. I will be doing this again next year because I thoroughly enjoy it. It gets me out of my comfort zone with eyeshadows, but I will be switching it up a little bit because I want to try and use my collection more. That was the only thing I found with this, is that if I had a palette in this, the one shade was getting used, or just that palette was getting, you know what I mean? I'll be changing things up a little bit. I'll very quickly go through what I'm thinking for next year. Let me know what you think. So I'm going to have 5 still eyeshadows rotating. One will be randomly chosen. So that'll be like my Tiny Decisions app has all my palettes in it. Spin that, get the palette, random generator, get the shade, completely random. Secondly, randomly choose from palettes already in projects. So like at the moment I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 9 palettes in projects at the moment. So I want to specifically pick one of my shades, not specifically because I won't be picking it, but I want to use those palettes randomly, Tiny Decisions for them separately, randomly get it, then randomly choose a shade, just so that I'm not having 1,000,001 palettes out on the counter at once. Next I want to use Makeup with Laney. I'm going to link her down below. So next year she's actually doing this in a kind of a roulette prompt style, and I love the idea of that. So I'm actually, one of my choices is going to be through those. I've put them all into the Tiny Decisions already. I'm going to link it to Laney's video and she'll explain it better obviously because it's her thing, but I love this idea. I think it's fantastic, Laney, well done, really love this. So one of my choices or colours or shades, whatever you want to say, is going to be through that. The fourth one is I'm going to choose my own palette. So I'm going to pick out a palette that is specific to the season or really what I'm feeling, and I'm going to do it a la No Pan Left Behind. So Misty does this a lot. I'll link Misty below as well. So it means that I'm not specifically looking to hit pan on a shadow, but I want to use every single shade in that palette at least once. So that way then a whole palette is getting used as opposed to just one shade in that palette. That makes sense. And then lastly, I'm going to have one shade from my Focus palette. And my Focus palette next year is going to be the Revolution Soap palette. This is the one that I want to really focus in on for next year. It's getting older, starting to, the smell is starting to change a little bit on it, not massively, so much so that I'm like, get it out of my collection, throw it in the bin now, but so much so that I want to make sure I get as much use as possible out of this palette in the new year. So, and you know, pan or 20 uses is my usual kind of goal. Hope that all makes sense. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Let me know what you think. Am I doing this? Am I being silly with this? I feel like this will suit me better. And look, it's trial and error. If it doesn't work out, we'll try something else. It's all good. But anyway, as for the shadows that I have had in, the one that's been in the longest so far was since May, and that is the e.l.f. Hot Jalapeno Palette. I had the second shade in this, which is a kind of a greeny shade, and I have finally hit pan on it. I hope you can see. Let me see now. I need to do a little bit of manoeuvring around. Oh, there it is. It's tiny, but it's there. Can you see it? Yes, there we go. Little tiny teeny pan, but that's okay. Pan is pan. I'm happy with that. And there's a fine dip in it as well. It's not like I just drilled down. There's a nice dip going on in it. Really love this little quad 4. Yeah. I just think it's beautiful. I love all the shades in it. I love the mattes. I love the shimmers. I just love it. And I think, yes, it's not, you possibly won't do one complete look with it, but I think it's a fantastic little palette. If you're someone who veers more in the neutrals and just wanted to inject a little bit of colour into your collection as a whole, I think this is a fantastic way to do that, because, you know, you could just go with the dark green as a liner, just go with a little pop, or you could go with one of the shimmers, little pop, we love a little pop of colour. But yeah, I've hit pan on that, so I'm thrilled. Yay! Next up was the Soap palette. That as well is in since May. If you saw my, no, you will see my 50 Shades of Purple. I'm going to hide half this palette so you can't see. So it was the orange shade up the top there. This shade here. And you can see the pan on it. I'm thrilled. I really... A few times what I did with that was actually really pack it on all over the lid and just like put a little bit of brown maybe on the outer corner and on the brown liner, and then put like a Steel of Glitter and Glow over it. It was lovely. I really enjoyed that. I thought it was a great fun shade to use. But yeah, I've hit pan on that. So as it stands at the moment, when this goes into the that palette kind of next year, I'll have 1, 2, 3 pans in it. So I'm very happy with that. I'm very excited. It's a nice variety of shades. Let me see if I can just... You know, you have greens, you have purples, you have oranges, you have reds, you have neutrals, you have warms, you know, you have everything really, I think. So I'm looking forward to that being my focus palette next year. So pan hit. Next in was the Natasha Denona Mini Star palette, and I had the first shade. You know, I know it says it on the back, but I'm never sure which way these run. Cosmo maybe, or Orion. I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter. What does matter is I have also hit pan. Oh look, you can see the pen there. Oh, hello Mr. Pen. Pen. Do I like this palette? No, I do not. So I only Natasha Denona palette. I don't know if it's indicative to all her palettes, to her formula. I don't know. At the moment, I'm not in a position to be buying anything else from her financially. So I don't know if I'd like any more from her or not. But I just find this formula not to be very... Okay, so for with mature eyelids, it moves more. The eyelid itself moves more and it's a bit more creepy. And so, certain shimmer shades emphasize that and some don't. This for me does. Well, this particular shade anyway did. And I just didn't love it. This was okay. Didn't love this. These were just... mattes. I didn't see anything special with it. I'm sorry to the Natasha Denona diehards out there, but it just didn't work for me. It is what it is. Next up is my Jackie Aina palette, and Big Wig was the shade. And I have used that 7 times, so I didn't make my goal on this. I neither hit pan or hit my goal, but that's okay. When I wasn't wearing, you know, makeup that much, and specifically eyeshadow was the first thing to go because my eyes were just too sore. But this was the shade that I had. I actually have it on as a liner today, and I have dollars. I won't even try. I'm not cool enough to say that word. This on the lid with the neck shadow that I'm going to show you. But yeah, like, see, this is a perfect example now. I've just been zeroing in on this shade. I want to use this whole palette. It's new to my collection. Like, I only got it in the summertime on sale, and I haven't even really dipped into it properly yet. So I really want to play around with this palette now for the next month and just dip around into all the shades and see what I think about it. And yeah, that's my issue sometimes with Pan Those Eyeshadows. You zero into one shade in the palette, everything else gets neglected. So, but yeah, look it. We're going to play around with that more this month, but since it's the finale, she done. And last up was the Pat McGrath palette. This is the Eye Ecstasy Sublime palette, and I had number 5, the shade Corruption, which is this shade here. So it looks very wine there. I know there's a way of showing you the different shade. I don't know, but like when I look at it like this, it looks green. If I look at it another way, it can be brown, and other times the red is very prominent on it. Like, I can see a lot of the reddish kind of shades today if I look in the mirror here, but I don't know if it translates. Very pretty shade. I still haven't used, like, there's only 5 shades in this and I still haven't used all the shades. But I had this and this on in my roulette pan collab video, I think. I loved how they looked. They looked beautiful together. So yeah, I need to play around with these other 3 shades more and see what I think. So I'm going to leave this one out as well, and she's going to get played with more as well. So it didn't meet my goal, only did it 4 times, 7 times on Jackie. It is what it is, you know, we're not losing any sleep over it, people. But yeah, that is my Pan Those Eyeshadows finale for 2021. I hope you've enjoyed this series this year. It does seem to be my most popular series. So if you have come to this video for Pan Those Eyeshadows and you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I would love if you did. I would be thrilled to bits. Like, woo, that's how thrilled I'd be, lads. I know. There you go. So yeah, let me know what you think of what my plans are going forward. I'm thinking of doing a video as well, just of the shades that I've hit pan on this year. I think that'd be interesting even for myself, looking back on the year, kind of to see what I've hit pan on. And I'm not going to do pan percentages in that because 1, I'm not a numbers person. I'm just not. And 2, I always feel that like if you declutter a palette that has loads of pans in it, your pan percentage is going down. If you buy a new palette, your pan percentage is going down. You know what I mean? It's something that is so precarious and just, I don't know, it's not for me. Not for me, but I understand why people love it. Some people adore the numbers, and fair play. But me and numbers just, we're not good together. We're just not good together. That is it for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're looking forward to this series coming back next year, and I will chat to you in the next one. Take care. Bye. Slán.